welcome to Wednesday on the Hook, part 3 of the Dust Mitt. Today we will finish and complete our dust mitt, and it will be ready to use or ready to wrap up and give away as a gift. To get started, we're going to take our measuring tape and we're going to go ahead and open it up because we're going to start cutting yarn in 6-inch strips. So I'm just going to kind of put this in a way where you can see it a little bit. And it looks like I'm only going to be able to get about 18 inches on the camera for you to see. So let me see if I can get this twisted so that it will keep it laying flat so you can see it, and that's pretty good there. All right, then we're going to grab our yarn. And again, I'm using 2 colors. You can use as many colors as you want. And I'm going to just lay this out. And I'm just going to cut 6-inch strips, excuse me. Just using my measuring tape here. And you can continue to cut them like that. Or you can take one and you can line it up like this and just snip and do it again. And just snip. So do whatever way you feel comfortable. You're going to need about 450 of these little strips. So again, cut them however you feel comfortable, whatever works the quickest for you. And I will meet back up with you when you have 450 of these little 6-inch strips. So I've got my piles cut, and so I'm going to kind of put them to the side. I'm going to grab my dust mitt, and I'm going to grab my hook. And this is how we're going to begin. We're going to start by going in to one of these. We did the back loop, so we've got these front loops that are sticking out. And I'm just going to go right here on the end and insert my hook. And I'm going to grab a color. I'm going to fold it in half, pull it through. Oops. Pull it back through. And then I'm going to grab the ends and I'm going to pull it and tighten it down like that. And that's all I'm going to do with it for now. And I'm going to go to the next one. And I'm going to alternate my 2 colors as I go. So you're just going to simply do that and pull it down. And go into the next one. And pull it through, pull the tails through, and just tighten it down. And just like that. I'm just going to keep going through each one of these across this bottom row. Pulling them through and knotting them. So go ahead and keep going across the bottom row, pulling your strands through and knotting them. And I will meet up with you when we get to the end of the row here. So we've gone all the way across this very tip part of the end here. And so now we're going to come and we're going to go along this row here. And I started it with this end piece with the teal. So I'm going to come into this loop and I'm going to do it with the dark blue so it's alternating the color. And tighten it down. And then we're going to come right here into the very next color under just that top loop. And we're just going to keep going down the row, alternating that color. Now some of your pieces might be longer than others or shorter than others. Don't worry about that. We're going to trim everything up when we're finished. So right now I want you just to concentrate on adding your fringes. So just keep working down the row using whatever colors you've chosen. And I'll meet up with you when you get to the very end. So we've come all the way down this row. And now we're going to come up into this one. And on the end here I have a aqua color, so I'm going to do the dark blue. And then I'm going to go right up here to the next one and grab an aqua. And I'm just going to work my way right up this row. So just continue working along this row. And I will meet up with you when you get down here to the end. All right, that completes coming all the way down this third row. And we're going to continue doing this all the way down the fourth, the fifth, and the sixth row. So go ahead and work your fringes in for the next 3 rows, and I'll meet you when we finish and get all the way up here. So now we're going to flip this over, and we're going to do the same thing to here and this side that we did over here. So go ahead and work your fringe into the end here and into each of these rows coming around so that you have done it the same amount of rows up this side as you did on the other side. And when you finish that, I'll meet back up with you and we'll start working on the fringe for the sides. So here we go. We've got both sides done. Now we're going to kind of part this a little bit, and we're going to come find this little centerpiece. Now you don't have to do this centerpiece because it fully, falls over it and it's going to catch it. But I want to have something in here for myself. So I'm going to come in here and see what the last color was that I used there, and it was that teal. So I'm going to come in and just grab one of these 2 strands here. And I'll grab a blue one. And I'm just going to pull it in and just start walking through trying to fill in this centerpiece. And just like I did on the sides there, I'm going to alternate the colors. And come and try and grab that piece right there. That's not really in the center. So I'm looking at how this is kind of creating that there. So what I may do is do just like this. And I think that's what I'm going to do. So the last one I did was the teal, and there's kind of a space here. So let me see if I can get in here. Yes. So let's do the blue. And now we'll walk through doing this. And so next is the teal. And that would make next a blue. And then another teal. And then a blue. So then a teal. And then the blue. Teal. Bring a little blue over here. And teal. And I automatically already just love how it's kind of filling in that gap a little bit there. And then the blue. And teal. And the blue. And we're just about to the end here. Maybe 2, 3 more. And the teal. And we're going to go in here with the blue. And then let's see if we've got one more stitch or not. Nope, I think that covers it. Yep, that covers it. All right. So now that's filled in. And that is all of our end. And we'll trim some of this in just a little bit and make sure they're all the same length. So now we're going to take that concept and we're going to work up the side here. So just at a glance, right here, it looks like that's a teal. So I'm going to come grab this top loop right here. And I'm just going to work a dark blue there. And then I'm going to come to this next one and I'll work a teal. And we'll come grab this next one and work a blue. And we'll grab the next one and work a teal. And we're just going to keep doing that all the way up beside here. And you can see how I'm going into these loops right here. Okay. So go ahead and work all the way up the side, but stop when you get up here to the cuff. Okay. In fact, I probably wouldn't even do this one here. I would let this here, right here, be my last one. Okay. So go ahead and work all the way up the side, and I'll meet up with you when you get there. All right, so we have worked all the way down this side right here. And now what we're going to do, if you'll notice, just like as you're going across, you have these loops still that are going across, but we're going to work in the first 3 like that, but they're going to be laying this way. Before we were pulling them that way, but we're going to pull them this way. So let me show you what I mean. All right, so this one here is a blue. So as I come into this one, I'm going to do a teal, and I'm going to pull it through like I normally do. But now I'm going to pull the knot this way so that, as you can see, it laid that way. All right, now with the way these are going, I could go right ahead and finish this row. Excuse me. And put the blue in. Oops, let me get all the loops. All right. And now when I go to knot it, I'm going to pull the knot this way. So therefore it's laying that way. And we're doing one more row in, so that would be a teal. And I'm going to pull my knot this way. All right. So that finishes how far we're going to go on the inside. So let's go to the next row here. And this one is a teal. So we're going to make this next one this darker blue. And I'm going to pull my knot that way. I'm going to slide right into the next one. And it's going to be a teal. And I'm going to pull my knot this way. And one more on that row. And it's going to be a dark blue. And I'm going to pull my knot this way. And this one was a dark blue, so the next one's going to be a teal. Next one a dark blue. And this next one is going to be a teal. Oops. All right. And so now you get the picture. So go ahead and work this little section, doing 3 stitches in, and I'll meet up with you when you get finished. So we've now finished this side, and you can see that your dust mitt is taking on quite the form that it should be. So now that we've finished this side, we're going to flip it over. And right here in these first couple rows, just like we did on the other side, we're going to do the exact same thing. So go ahead and work into these little loops right here, working all the way through this little section. And then we will have just this side left to go, and we'll be done. So it's getting there. It's coming along. So now we have completed 2 of our sides, so we just have this one side left to do, and we're going to do it exactly like we did this side here. So go ahead and start down the side here and then work your way up into these stitches like you did before. Turn it over and work into these stitches, and then our dust mitt will be complete, and we'll then trim this up just a little bit. All right, so go ahead and work this side exactly like how you work this side, and I will meet back up with you and we'll take a look at our dust mitt. So here is our finished dust mitt. I absolutely love that. I don't know if you can actually see the different colors. This blue almost looks purple. And this is teal. But anyway, I love this. And so this is what I'm going to do with mine, because I kind of like it being really full and fluffy. So I am just going to kind of spread mine out like this. And I'm just going to kind of go just along the edge like this. And anything it catches, I'm just going to try and trim it that way. And then I'm going to leave it just as it is. And now I'm going to kind of do the same thing, because here in this big fluffy part, you want it to be different lengths and layers. So all I'm going to do is kind of just comb it out a little bit. And I'm going to do the same exact thing that I did on that side. And around the corner here, I'll kind of do the same thing. And then I'm just going to do the same thing where it just kind of sticks out a little bit. I'll grab what it gets. All right. And then I'll just leave the rest as it is. All right. And then let me just kind of gather this up a little bit. And that is it. Let me put it on our hand. And there we go. We're ready to clean. I love it. And when it gets dirty, I'll throw it in the wash, and I'll probably let mine air dry, but you can throw it in the dryer if you want to. And it's ready to go again. All right. Well, I hope that you have enjoyed this project of the Dust Mitt. If so, be sure and give this project a thumbs up. And if you've not done so already, hit the subscribe button so you don't miss any future projects. Have a great week. Be joyful. Stay crafty in your own way. Make your own joyful creations and go clean some dust. Bye.